My next guest is someone called Faisal. He's an independent filmmaker. He has won multiple awards and he's on his way to Hollywood, and hopefully he will take me with him.
Hey man, nice to meet you.
Ciao.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Please, sit down. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Very good to know. So could you start by giving the audience a little bit of introduction? What do you do? Who you are?
So my name is Faisal Hashimi.
You're awesome, just the way you speak.
Oh wow,
Please,
thank you very much.
Sorry.
So I'm an independent filmmaker based in the UAE. I've been making short films for about 6-7 years now. Some of them have played at festivals in the UAE. Some of them have played internationally. So just been trying to make as a filmmaker in this region, and it's been fun so far.
Okay, before we start, do you think I have the looks to make it to Hollywood one day?
I mean, I don't know. Have you done any acting before?
I'm doing a little bit of acting.
Okay, well let's see this. Let's treat this as an audition, and I'll tell you by the end what's going on.
Okay. What inspires your work?
So, I mean, for me, every day that I wake up, it's all about, coming up with interesting stories that I can tell. I like horror, thriller, science fiction, those kind of movies. So, for me, it's about, making a kind of film that I would like to see, or just writing that kind of stuff. And, I'm very passionate about storytelling. So, for me, it's about, writing stuff that hopefully an audience on YouTube or, in cinemas or whatever can be, entertained with. So, that's really inspiring every day to just kind of wake up and see what's something new that I can write.
So you like entertaining the people?
For sure. I think that's the function of cinema on a very primal level.
So do you like to entertain them with comedy or horror or what?
Yeah, I mean, I've dabbled into every genre, but I think I enjoy, horror, science fiction, and stuff like that more. And I think it's something when you make a comedy, it's very specific to a region, for the most part. You would never watch a Japanese comedy, for example, but you might watch a Japanese horror movie, or because I think fear and suspense and all those things are such universal feelings that even if you don't understand the language at all, even if there are no subtitles, you'll still understand the visuals, you'll still understand the feeling that it's trying to evoke. So I like that kind of stuff. I like where something is universal and I can just, cater to a large amount of people who, hopefully are on the same page as me in terms of films. So I love comedy, watching comedies, but I think I'm more on the darker, more universal side of things.
And a very interesting point, you did not study filmmaking.
No, so I didn't study filmmaking. I was a marketing student. I never really thought that I could become a filmmaker. But midway through a marketing course, I decided that one of the scripts that I've written, I want to just pick up a camera, get some friends together, and shoot it, and see what happens. And so the idea was, I did that, and I really enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the result. And from there, I knew that, okay, on the side, I'm just going to keep dabbling into that and just learn as much as I can on my own. And and it's been leading good so far.
So your advice to people who want to get into filmmaking but did not study it, maybe they do not even afford to study it, they could still make it. There is way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're living in a generation of YouTube and the internet. So I think if this was 20 years ago, it would be hard for me to recommend that because it would be hard for you to understand the basics of filmmaking without going to film school. But today, you can learn everything from YouTube. You can learn from watching other movies. You can learn. There's so much information out there.
So in other words, it's all about the content.
For sure. I mean, it's always about the content. You can always find a camera to film stuff. It's just all in your pocket sometimes. But if you don't have a good story, you could have the coolest camera in the market, but people are still going to be bored. Camera doesn't guarantee anything.
Okay, now let's talk more about you. He's
Okay,
my best part.
Mark my mind too.
Very big fan. So tell us about your upcoming film. You are working on a film now? Or?
Yes, I'm working on a couple of short films, as well as a feature film, which is not necessarily horror, but it's more of a science fiction thriller. So I'm working on a couple of those projects. It's just about finding the time to see which one makes more sense.
Okay. Are you, when you are a director, are you a mean one or like you are a nice one? There is a difference, 3, 2, 1, action! Put the sound down, put the AC down. Or are you a very nice, hey, Monica, can you please help me out with the camera? So which one are you?
Wow, good accent work there.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, I mean, what do you think? Do I look like a mean director or a nice director to you?
I checked your Instagram, and you have a lot of pictures when you are smiling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a nice director. I think I would say I'm sometimes a little too nice. I think I need to be a little more stern sometimes. But I'm not a hard director technically. Yeah, so it's good.
Since we are talking about directing and all this, let me try to show you some impressions. Huh?
Of course.
So I could do this one in The Dark Knight, the Batman, and the Joker. Like he goes like, "Where is Rachel? Where is she?" And then the Joker comes, he goes like, hey, this is another scene, huh? you want to know how I got these scars? See, my father. So I could also do is, wait,
I'm afraid at this point. Like,
No,
it's,
wait, I didn't finish yet. Looks at her and says, why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. Wow, what do you think, Ace?
I think you don't need me to go to Hollywood. Like, I think it's good to go, really.
Thank you. Now, back to you, back to you.
Yes.
So, you know, with Laban Up, the saying goes, stay original, stay true. How do you stay original and true to yourself?
I mean, for me, that's pretty much kind of what I live in. So, you know, staying original to yourself is really important because filmmaking is all about your voice. Like, what can you bring to the table that other people cannot? So,
if Laban Up was in a movie, what would the story be about?
what I would do is maybe do like a buddy cop movie. So there's one, this Laban Up is like the hard, traditional, serious. He doesn't, he doesn't take jokes very well. And the other one is kind of a goofball, So classic, good cop, bad cop kind of stories. I think that would be really cool.
So, thank you very much for being here. I'm very excited. I could do several characters, if you know what I mean. So,
Are you sure you're not Matt Chad? Because that's kind of what he does.
I think you're talking about somebody else.
Oh, yeah?
He looks like me, but I don't think he is
right.
me. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Great meeting
And
you.
hopefully we will be in touch soon.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure you're not Matt Chads?
I am not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not convinced, but all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much, boss.